So, at the end of season 1, the Mutant Underground suffered a pretty major blow, and they had some major players leave. And
it's not doing too well.
Kind of Eclipse and Thunderbird kind of taking the lead here. How has the dynamic shifted between you guys?
I think they're leaning on each other.
Yeah.
I think as much as they can. I think both of them understand each other's plights. I think they're all personally invested in their own plights more naturally because they affect oneself more than the other. But Eclipse in Polaris is sort of, it's a weird sort of dichotomy, I guess, in the sense that like Eclipse has had to step up when a third of the leadership leaves. And that's what I was looking for, was maybe that instead of being erratic and making decisions on his own, he's doing things more based on the group and on the idea of others, which he always has in the background. But I think this year, him and Thunderbird
he's had to step up. I think you'll
to,
see it more. He's had to step up and
take care of things.
Look after the group
in
a different way.
At the same time, they're aware that his real mission across all of this is tracking down Lorna and his child. So there's sort of that interesting thing of like they're trying to keep things afloat, but also the idea of what they're doing in the first place, what their mission is per se, is affected by an emotional beat as opposed to by a logistical, pragmatic one. And I think Thunderbird's in a hard place because of what happened with the Atlanta Underground and
I mean, there's a large sense of failure that's hanging over his head.
Understandably,
he's feeling like their headquarters was destroyed. These families are ripped apart. He puts a lot of that on his decisions. He thinks of things very militant-minded and military-driven, so it's all structured. So he categorizes it like this didn't work.
Was it a success, was it not?
Yeah, and how can he mend that? That's a big part of the opening second season. So, yeah.
Now, I want to bring it back to what you said. You said that the mission...
I said lots of things.
The mission has kind of been affected by Marcus's emotional place. So can you talk a little bit about how that mission has changed?
Well, I think the mission now has changed because effectively the status quo has changed. The mission itself has changed, the goal. Before it was to try and find a coexistence between mutants and humans and just carve out a special part of the world for him and his family to live in, where his girlfriend isn't in jail and his baby can be born and they can go to the park and eat ice cream, which, funnily enough, I think we have a discussion about later today.
I think we talked about that today.
Yeah, we do. Amongst punching things, right?
Yes.
Because you don't use words. But now the status quo has changed, and now it's about it's amped up a gear. It's not as idealistic as that anymore. He has to be real, and there has to be a sort of a brutal pragmatism to him, which is that this isn't working, and in fact you don't even have a family to protect because your family has left you, and you think that they've left you for the wrong reasons, and you need to fix that. He's always had that hatred for the telepaths, and I kept that. I made sure that we made a point of that Eclipse does not trust the Frosts when other people sometimes do. He can't quite fathom what I can't quite fathom, which is logically, why would you believe someone that can say anything that they need you to hear? Like, they know what you need to hear to tell you exactly what's in your head. He can't fathom that we're even spending time listening to them. He would probably la 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 every time they came on set.
They freak him out. They scare him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't like it.
And so he's now in a far more elevated, rabid, highly energetic, impulsive place in the sense of he has to not only hit back at the Inner Circle and Hellfire Club, but try to turn around Polaris from being as stubborn as she is, which is a huge ask in the first place, isn't it? Try and get her to change her mind.
It's quite a feat.
Yeah. So he's got a lot on his plate.